Top 10 Worst Bug-Infested Houses. Have you ever seen a bug infestation that would make you literally burn your house down? In this video, we show you the top 10 worst bug-infested houses ever.
Thank you, Ms. Parker, for having me. And thank you guys for having me.
Before we show you the creepiest of infestations, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more videos. Number 10. Wasps all over. After spotting wasps coming in from his trailer's pipes, a Reddit user recorded contacting an exterminator, who had turned away after noticing the large nest concealed behind the siding. So the owners of the trailer opted to take it into their own hands, spraying the nest with 3 cans of insect repellent and resealing it. The house owner said, "The whole trailer was buzzing and shaking. It was like living inside a horror movie. The trick appears to have succeeded, even though it's not recommended. It was wonderful not to have wasps on my sheets when I woke up," the Reddit user wrote. Number 9. The worst bedbugs infestation ever. This is definitely the worst case of bedbugs ever, on a mattress that the owner continues to sleep on. Rory McCarty is a 50-year-old pest controller who filmed this horrific infestation and posted it on Facebook. He got an infestation call on July 17th about a place in Maryland, United States. Rory's colleague raised up the mattress in a disturbing Facebook video, revealing thousands of bugs scurrying around the bedding. Rory can be heard advising his crew not to place their trousers against the bed, and to gently raise it while keeping a reasonable distance. The pest controller was taken aback by the scale of the infestation, which had a crazy amount of bugs and eggs strewn around the stained mattress. Hundreds of more bugs took up residence on the bed frame and the sheets under it, sliding off the mattress like dandruff specks. The bug infestation had spread to the curtains, cushions, and chairs throughout the home. The sightings stunned social media users, who wondered how the owner slept on the mattress knowing about the insects scratching underneath. Number 8. Spiders in a Missouri home. Spiders look cool when you watch a movie like Spider-Man, where the powers of the 8-legged insect are used to save human lives. But when spiders infest a house and the scenes resemble the movie Arachnophobia instead, spiders are not the insects we adore. When Brian and Susan Trouse bought a home in Weldon Spring, Missouri, for $450,000 in 2007, they had no idea it would look like an arachnophobe's worst nightmare. The family discovered something was off when spiders kept spilling out of the walls soon after they settled in. The spiders, known as brown recluses, are known for their painful poison, and they plagued the family for 4 years. 4,000 to 5,000 spiders were climbing in and out of the building, according to an expert. State Farm originally rejected their insurance offer, but a judge directed the organization to pay $472,000 for the house damages. Number 7. Rats attack an apartment in Winchester, England. When keeping food out of your house is literally a pest control tactic, you know there's a crisis. That's what Kate Bentley and her boyfriend are trying to tackle, a dreadful rodent infestation in her apartment in Winchester, England. The apartment, located in a building called the Conservatory, has rats everywhere. Bentley talked to the media in November and said that living with them is a nightmare, going on to say that the rats are all over the place, in the cupboards, hallways, and kitchen, jumping and rushing around. From April 2013 to April 2014, Winchester City Council battled 656 rat infestations, according to estimates from the British Pest Control Association. Another local resident, Raymond Marsh, told Winchester News Online, "I haven't seen this many mice since wartime in blown-up homes." Yes, there is a battle going on, and the animals seem to be victorious. Number 6. Cockroaches in a restaurant in California. When a Californian pest controller, Milton Cardoza, was requested to a San Jose diner in 2004 to get rid of cockroaches, co-workers advised him to ensure his pants were folded into his socks and to start stomping his feet until they began fogging up. He had no idea why, but he soon found out. Cardoza recalls, "Thousands of roaches began climbing out of any crevice you might think of. I've never even imagined anything like it. They were climbing down from the roof towards me. They came down and began attacking me. Roaches are not just creepy, they can be dangerous too. They have the power to hack through your equipment and short out the circuitry. Or they may simply infest the location to the point that it has to be burned down." Number 5. Fire ants attacked an old lady. This is the worst infestation he's ever had to deal with, according to Jeff McChesney, an animal control officer with the pest control firm Truly Nolan. It happened in March 2013 to an old, almost blind woman in Gulfport, Mississippi, who had a swollen, bumpy rash covering her body. A psychiatrist treated her for asthma for a month, but she made little improvement. She contacted pest control to search her 3-story house, thinking there could be bedbugs, but it was something else entirely. McChesney remembers discovering a fire ant nest in her room that was a satellite colony, going back and forth from the main colony breeding on the roof. As she slept, fire ants began chomping on her scalp, but the discomfort was muted because she was on painkillers. Because of this, and because of her bad vision, she was sleeping within a fire ant invasion for weeks. Thankfully, McChesney's team was able to easily wipe up the mess, and her rash went down. The experiences, on the other hand, will last a lifetime. Number 4. Snakes in Idaho Dream House. Ben and Amber Sessions gradually learned that the new house they bought in Idaho in 2009 for their growing family was infiltrated with hundreds of garter snakes. Since the land outside the house was so dense with snakes, it even seemed to move at times. Hundreds of snakes crept under the siding of the building. The young couple said that they'd lay awake at night listening to slithering inside the walls. Sessions said he hunted 42 snakes in one day at the worst of the infestation, before deciding he couldn't do it any longer. He had declared war on the reptiles, but they had triumphed. At the time of buying the house, their real estate broker convinced them that the reptiles were a fabrication concocted by the former owners to avoid paying their mortgage. However, according to Sessions, their neighbors and videos and photos taken by them and previous occupants of the building, the so-called Idaho Snake Home was no myth. In fact, about everyone else in the small southeastern Idaho college town appeared to know about it, according to the pair. The couple finally left in December 2009, just 3 months after moving in. Number 3. Flying ants in Hull. In Hull, England, more than 10,000 flies swarmed the house of distressed couple Paul Warren and Kimberly Fleetum. When Paul got to know his 2-year-old daughter Casey was traumatized by seeing them buzzing about in her crib, the couple fled their Hull home in a panic. The ants were invading their home in droves. When Paul kicked the skirting boards, hundreds of them shot out. On a Friday evening in August 2015, 5,000 flying ants emerged out of nowhere in Paul's kitchen, and they immediately started worming their way through the windowsills. They emerged from the floorboards in a flurry. The situation was so bad that the couple and their 2-year-old child were left with no other choice but to move to Kimberly's parents' place. Number 2. Bats attack a house in Canada. According to bat expert Stephanie Boucher, someone should have sent out the bat signal because this family in Ontario, Canada, was in dire need of assistance. Their loft became a packed residency for a colony of bats that shed droppings up to 2 feet deep in certain locations. According to the news reports, one of the inhabitants saw a bat so huge that he called it a mini pterodactyl. Yet it all turned out better in the end. The family's insurance firm decided to compensate for the house to be destroyed and restored. Number 1. Squirrels living in a house for decades. When the exterminator Bill Earl visited a house infested with squirrels, it seemed that the animals owned the property more than the human owners. According to pest control specialists, the house had become the best setting for a squirrel infestation since it was constructed under an acorn tree in a squirrel-infested area, and the tiles were terracotta, a material easy for the rodents to smash through. And that's just what they did, eating their way through bricks, cables, and into the loft. Earl used a huge strobe light named the Squirrel Evictor to actually drive the vicious rodents away after almost 4 decades of the squirrels' infestation. Yes, the squirrels were living in and around the house for 37 years. And that's all for today's video on the 10 worst bug-infested houses. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon for notifications. See you in the next one.